And we have all in Tobago experienced at some point the disappointing drops in internet, the frequency with which it happens, and it's perhaps about time we get some more competition.
Here are some highlights from the store's opening.
Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show. You're viewing us here live here in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. You know, it's a very beautiful Wednesday morning, and yes, we are here to bring you the youthful vibe here on Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Television. You are viewing us live here in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, and a special good morning goes out to our ardent viewers, those who are just joining in from all over the world on the varying platforms on which you're viewing us, which might be Facebook, YouTube, and channel 102 on Amplia. Good morning and welcome. And you know, it's been a quite of a mix of weather this week. Sometimes we get sun, sometimes we get rain, but this morning is a bit moist, I would say, not very much damped, and you know, which is a good start for a good day per se. I hope that the temperature doesn't, you know, get so high that we'll be sweating and so on. But while we're here, and we of course have a very packed rundown for you this morning, packed show for you this morning, and we are very much intrigued this morning to bring you that show. Unfortunately, I'm here by myself until my co-host arrives. She's well decked and, you know, trying to get ready to look beautiful for you guys here this morning, and she's taking very long. All right. But in the meantime, we want to go over to our birthdays, and we have one birthday this morning. A happy birthday goes out to, drum roll please, Miss Melanie Second. A happy birthday goes out to you from the Youth Wednesdays here at Tobago Updates Television, and of course everyone here at Tobago Updates. You know, it's a pleasure to help you celebrate your birthdays. And for those of you who are celebrating birthdays that did not make it on our list this morning, we no hard feelings, no love lost, but a happy birthday goes out to you. And you know, we love you guys very much. Tobago, you know, is our love. You know, is our love. And a special good morning again to Mr. Skeet and to all our hosts. Kaylee, again, we miss you very much. Brother Luke Trim, we miss you very much. And I want to welcome you this morning, Miss Nancis. Good morning, Miss Nancis. How are you?
Good morning, Dwayne. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for that lovely introduction before I got here. It's nice to be with you here this morning.
Thank you. I thought you were going to leave me hanging this morning, but unfortunately, we want to go over to news in 90 seconds with Miss Natalia Nancis.
News in 90 seconds is brought to you by Standards, never beaten on quality and prices.
Thank you, Dwayne. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Wednesday, 5th June 2024. Finance Minister Colm Inbird announced during a standing Finance Committee meeting in Parliament on Monday that the central government would allocate only $50 million to the THA for the Gulf Stream oil spill cleanup. Despite the THA's request for $153 million, the decision was based on documentation provided by the THA after analysis from the Ministry of Finance. The $50 million in supplemental funding is intended to cover some of the expenses incurred from the February 7 oil spill cleanup efforts. However, Inbird did not specify if this amount would address the needs of business owners and fishermen affected by the spill. Two men, Isaiah Joint and Jaron Solomon, appeared before Master Shabiki Kazabone for separate incidents of robbery with aggravation. Both cases were transferred to the Scarborough Magistrates Court and postponed to July 2nd. The first incident, 19-year-old Isaiah Joint of Riseland Trace Canby, was charged with a robbery at a department store in Bethel, while 21-year-old Jaron Solomon of Riseland Bethel was also charged for robbery at a car wash in Gulf City Mall Lowlands. The two men were charged and remanded into custody with the option to apply for bail before a judge in chambers. Public Administration Minister Alison West stated that a $4,140,000 budget supplementation for the Services Commissions Department in the 2023-2024 budget aims to help various commissions fill vacancies and pay legal fees. This was approved by the Standing Finance Committee. West mentioned 5 ongoing legal matters involving the service commissions with attorneys Douglas Mendez, Russell Martineau, Deborah Peak and Ian Benjamin involved, though she couldn't provide their fees as the cases are not concluded. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
I want to thank you, Miss Nancis, for that news in 90 seconds. We're going to go quickly to the rundown because we have a very packed morning for you. Firstly, we have Women in Awe, and we'll be having none other than our very own Miss Kenya Johnson joining us this morning for that interview. And who do we have next, Miss Nancis?
Continuing on right after we speak about a woman, we are continuing on with Police Youth Club Walk Against Crime and Violence with Joshua John Piaro of the Mason Hall Police Youth Club.
All right, and finally we have a Breadfruit Festival 2024, and we have Miss Lazon Paul this morning coming to join us for that interview. And that's it for you guys this morning. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
assemblers. I am Kimura Reed, your presiding officer for the first ever primary plenary debate to be done nationally under the People's House. Join us at 10 a.m. on Thursday, June the 6th, 2024 at the Assembly Chamber as 18 primary schools from the east, west, and north of the island will engage in a thought-provoking debate on the impacts and effects of the SEA examination as members of the THA.
My name is Lester Paul, and the reason why they should keep the SEA exam is because it's a standardized test, and the three most important things you need to know is maths, language arts, and creative writing.
My name is Stando George, and I believe that they should ban SEA because of the physical and mental stress that it gives to the students.
Come to the public gallery or tune in live to our Facebook and YouTube links. We've got it locked, loaded, and ready to go. Thursday, June the 6th at 10 a.m. This is certainly one for the books.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. You're viewing us here live here in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. And my name is Dwayne, for those of you who don't know, and thank you for joining us this morning. We're going to take the discussion to women in business. In fact, some women, I want to say. And this morning, to foster that discussion, we have none other than our very own renowned Kenya Johnson. Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning, Dwayne, and good morning, viewers.
You know, we know each other on a personal level. You provide me with cakes and foods, and I've tasted your hand, if want of a better word. But for those who don't know who you are, just kindly share about yourself and what do you do.
Sure, no problem. I am Kenya Johnson, the owner of Lunch and Friendes, a full catering company on the island of Tobago. What we do is that we have found a way that we elevate your catering experience by infusing local ingredients in what we do. The staff, what we do is actually celebrating what local have.
So, what are some of your renowned and your famous dishes? I mean, I don't want to tell them. I could tell them for you, but I mean, you know.
Right. Over the time, what customers really love that we offer is our stuffed crab and dumpling, our stuffed fish and dumpling, our vegan offering, the cocoa tea panna cotta, and many more items. That's just to name a few.
All right. You were a part of a program put on by the embassy. It's called Academy for Women Entrepreneurs.
Yes.
How did you get there, and what was the experience like?
Right. In 2018, I did a catering job for Rise the conference that was kept by the U.S. Embassy. And thereafter, there is that one person that I met, Deidre Crystal Leachin, and when I went to her page, I realized there were offerings by the U.S. Embassy. Since then, I've been stalking her page, and this is where I found out about which is the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. And when I saw the application was open, I took that chance to apply, and I was successful. Yes.
So you provided your catering services to the embassy at that point in time, and they were pleased with your offerings.
Yes.
Right. You know, it is very, very much interesting to know where you came from, because you didn't start catering. Your catering was not your first job.
No, it was not.
Just share with the viewers, with those who might not know.
Okay.
You know.
Well, I'm a former banker. I worked at the bank before, Republic Bank to be specific. And from there, I went into catering 9 years after.
9 years after.
Yes.
I mean, you were doing it part-time while you were working and so on sometimes. But what gave you that leap to go into this thing full time? Because you know everybody wants a secure job, right? And you know what gave you that leap?
All right. Yes, everyone wants a secure job. Everyone wants that 9 to 5. But in becoming great, it takes a leap of faith. It takes trust in God in your next step. So that is why I chose to just take that step of faith with God's guidance to go into catering full time.
And which would have led you to this awesome program. And were you the only Tobagonian in this program? Were there any more Tobagonians, young women entrepreneurs like yourself in the program?
There are other Tobagonians that have done it before, but in this cohort, I was the only Tobagonian in this cohort.
And just for those of you, for persons who might not know, just where do you hail from? What part of the beautiful island do you hail from?
I am from the beautiful village of Speyside.
Oh.
Proud to say that. Good things come from the east.
No doubt. But you were able to impress the judges, you know, with a pitch. And what was the pitch like? And what was so fascinating and captivating by your presentation that you did so well in this program?
Let's start with the process of the pitch, because it's the first time actually I've been introduced to pitching and know about pitching.
Right.
The embassy would have provided a facilitator and a pitch trainer. We had 5 sessions with him. His name is Sean De Freitas, and he was really good. He gave feedback when necessary. We had those one-on-one sessions, and they were very impactful and helpful. Yes, it came with a bit of nerves, but it came with a lot of hours putting in that work, refining that pitch deck. And at the end, I was very successful. I took the correction and I implemented them, and at the end I was very successful. I won.
Right. So your business, the business pitch that you offered highlighted what you do and what you offer, B2B, B2C. Can you just explain a little bit about that?
Right. So in the pitch, normally, let me start by starting a business, because normally when we start a business, we just have an idea and we start a business. We don't look in the background to say, okay, why we started this business, what problem we have identified or what we have experienced to cause us to start this business. So what you call that your pain point. So when you find the reason why you want to start, then you find what are the solutions, who am I serving, what am I serving. And then you look at the differentiating factors. You study your competitors, you look at the differentiating factors. In an industry that I am, that is highly saturated, what differentiates me? So all those are the things you have to take into consideration. You talk about your business model. There are different type of business models, but Launch on Frienders is a business to business and a business to customer. And we spoke about what our underlying magic are. That is the differentiating factor, because we offer
Tell us about that, because
an authentic experience. Because
you did not bring anything here for us to taste, and I don't necessarily need to taste, but I wish that the viewers could have tasted through their eyes what you offer. And I'm hoping that the producer could kind of bring up your page, your Instagram page, to show what you offer. But tell us, what is that unique factor in your business that differentiates you from other caterers on the island?
So the unique factor in my business, it's local ingredients, because my end goal is gastronomic tourism on the island of Tobago. So I make local flavors the star of my dish, so you can come and experience what we have. Because when tourists come to the shores of Tobago, they are not coming for what they can get abroad, they are coming for what we have here, which is something unique. And I always say we have a sweet and culture, and we aim to sell that sweet and culture in Tobago.
All right. I'm hoping that you'll receive the link to see her Facebook page. I'm hoping that the producers could pull it up quickly for me, just to show the viewers what you offer. But in the meantime, you were able to attain an award.
Yes.
All right. Just tell us about this award. I saw you receiving a plaque. Was that money?
Yes, it's money.
Right. Just tell us about those.
Right. the program is a very compact program. It's 3 months. It takes discipline, but at the end, it is worth it. You put in that work, you get the rewards, and that was one thing that I did from the onset. I took professionalism into play. I was there on time. I put in the work, and even on the journey, I met other people that I collaborated at events. So actually, the horizon will grow. And as such, because of those little factors, and I always say, someone is always watching. Put your best foot forward, and this is the best foot forward.
So this is the awesome award here.
Yes, it is.
I'm hoping that they could zoom in to see it. All right. So you were able to meet the requirements and wow the judges so much so that you were able to receive this award. And what about the plaque? Do you wish to share what that was about?
Okay, the plaque with the monetary finances, right? In the course, you are taught to pitch, and then at the end on graduation day, there is a prize of $10,000, $5,000, and $3,000. Right, so it's basically they are paying you to put in the work, and it's a source of encouragement. And when I entered the program, I went with a goal, because I'm the laid back person, always want to be in the background and everything is executed well. My goal in that program was to come out of my comfort zone, be heard, network, and put my face out there so people will be familiar with the face of the brand launch on Free and Theirs. And I did achieve that goal. Sometimes you have to be pushy, sometimes you have to always be talking so that people can see you.
All right, I want to thank you very much for joining us. Unfortunately, this brings us to the end of this interview. But quickly, just highlight your page and highlight where persons can go and sign up to be a part of the program that you were privy to.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Launch on Free and Theirs. Also, the application process for the all program is opened. The close date is on the 12th of June. Feel free as women to apply, because it's a program for women. And if you need assistance in signing up, because it's very specific in how you sign up, it's very important. You can always reach out to me for assistance. But I do encourage you to
join,
to enroll, because it comes highly recommended.
All right, and thank you very much, Miss Johnson. I hope you do leave those sweet treats and that sweet hand here in the office in Tobago Updates for us. Continue doing your great work, and guys, thank you for joining us. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Tobago, we reach the biggest comedy event of 2024, finally in Tobago for one night only at Shaw Park.
My body, and I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, but you haven't been in the mood for the last 6 months. Love is a walk, which played to sold out houses across Trinidad, is coming to Tobago for one night only on Saturday, June 8th at 8:30 p.m.
You promised this would be the last time.
Yes, I tell you it's the last time, I swear.
You sure about that?
Tickets for Love is a Walk available at the Shaw Park Complex daily and at advertised outlets. Check social media for details. Shaw Park, Saturday, June 8th.
Need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Oh yes, it's me again. Welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates morning show. You're viewing us here live in Port Moore, Scarborough. I am doing this again for those of you who might not know. I want to take the discussion relative to crime and community. We have none other than Joshua John, PRO of the Mason Hall Police Youth Club, here to talk about the walk against crime and violence. Good morning and welcome to you, Mr. John.
Good morning, Stannis. Good morning to you.
All right. So you are the PRO at the Police Youth Club in Mason Hall.
Yes.
What has led you to be a part of that organization thus far?
Well, about 2 years ago, the club had invited me to one of their annual sports, where I assisted in arranging with the sporting event on the day, and I actually enjoyed it, so I decided that I want to be a little more invested.
Involved.
Yeah.
All right. So you're involved in community work through this organization.
Yes.
What has that experience been like for you? Tell us about what some of the initiatives that the club would have achieved over the years since you've been there as PRO.
Well, since I've been there, the club has had sporting events. Last year, they had one of the biggest sports in Tobago.
Right.
They also had award ceremonies for these kids who are members of the club and other events. For me, it has been a blessing to be a part of it, because seeing younger kids, I'm young myself, but it's good to be a part of kids coming up, try to guide them as a young adult to a better future, and seeing their talent on the track, playing instruments, yeah.
Right. Crime. Tobago is perplexed by crime more than usually.
True.
As a young person in a youth club, a police youth club, what are your views on the status of our island as it pertains to crime and violence?
Well, at this present time, I am not. I wouldn't say I'm pleased about what's going on in Tobago right now with crime, because you're having a lot of fights in the schools. We're having a lot of gangs growing, and it's bringing a negative impact to the island of Tobago.
Right. And has it affected your community in any way at all? And what are your views on that?
Not necessarily. The members of the Mason Hall community, they are always eager and welcome by the club.
Right.
So we always try to encourage the members to be a part of the club, and to encourage others to join the club as well. Yes.
This walk against crime, is it a tactful way? Because people have this stigma against police. Is it I think you know where I'm going with the question, but is it a tactful way for police to become friends with the community and to destigmatize how the community sees them and to earn that trust in them? Or is it a genuine effort to try to eradicate crime and violence in the area and by extension Tobago?
Exactly, that's a genuine effort, because a lot of all the children in the club, they are, when I say very talented, they are very talented. A lot of them are winning awards for outstanding athletes and this kind of stuff. And without such things like police youth clubs, a lot of young children will not be able to showcase their talent or be able to put their talents out there for others to see. So the walk was initially an impact walk. Right, so that the members of Tobago, even Trinidad, could see that we're not supporting the violence against crime, because the youths are the future, and the team this year is to save the youths.
Right. Yeah. And are you of the view that our youth need these groups to help keep them away from crime, to help steer them away from violence, and to instill a semblance of discipline? Have you seen any development in your experience where those things are concerned in youth?
Yes, definitely.
Right. This walk, is there when is the walk, and what do you guys hope to achieve by putting on this great initiative?
Well, this initiative basically have like 3 components, right? The first one was where we had posted videos and flyers on the socials, the different social platforms, about pointers about protesting against violence and crime against youth. And then the second initiative the second component was going to 4 schools in Tobago, and they would.
Have you guys identified the schools already?
Yes, sure. Those schools are the Mount St. George, Mason Hall, Patience Hill, and Scarborough Methodist Primary School.
Oh, these are all primary schools?
Yes, all primary schools. Yes, and each school will have to bring a proposal that prevents crime and violence against kids. So they would have to do a video of the process, which would then be posted on the platform, on the social media platforms, and the public would be the judges.
Right.
And the school with the most likes would win a printer and $2,000 cash.
Oh, that's really
good. And then
good.
last but not least is the actual impact walk on Sunday the 9th at 2 p.m. starting at the Esplanade and ending at the Esplanade. Yeah.
All right. So what about, I mean, you mentioned that you guys you are targeting primary schools. What about high schools? Do you have any upcoming initiatives to help target, young men, young women in high schools? I know you have to take it one step at a time.
Exactly. You have to take it one step at a time. And we believe that the best place to start is with the younger ones coming up. Right. So this year we decided to target the primary schools so that we could start there, because older adults, younger adults have a voice where they could voice their opinion, where the younger ones may not be so eager to.
Yes, understood, and that's a great tact. But do you believe that this would be it would redound to a reduction in crime, a reduction in school violence? Because I mean, you admitted earlier that we have seen a very high increase in school violence, especially in those secondary schools. Do you believe that this will achieve a reduction in those areas?
Well, I believe it's a start, and it's bringing awareness to that. We see what is going on, and we don't support it, so we have to make the necessary efforts to stop it from happening.
All right. And I want to ask a final question. Do you believe that going the route of having police, not just through the clubs, but having police presence in schools would be a good idea to help, sensitize young children, even the young adults in secondary schools about crime and violence? And do you believe that will redound to a reduction as well? What are your thoughts?
Well, I believe education is the key to a lot. Education is power. And I believe that if the police would take their time to educate young adults about violence, crime, even prison and this kind of stuff, it would give a kind of a impact on their lives, that they don't want to go down this road. This isn't the only road for me, I could choose a different road.
Then they could be like Mr. John. Yes,
they could probably be like me.
Yes. Yeah. So congratulations on this initiative that you guys are embarking on. Just quickly tell us where the people can join again, so that they could be a part of this walk on Sunday.
Sure. So as I said, the walk is on Sunday. It's at the Esplanade starting at 2 p.m. We asking the viewers or anyone not willing to join to wear green. Green is a color that initializes about new growth and new beginnings, and this is a new growth and a new beginning for the club and for Tobago. And they could find us on the social media platforms at the Mason Hall Police Youth Club, both Instagram and Facebook. Also, they could contact me at 3711829, and I could help them with any other information.
All right, good. Thank you very much, Mr. John, for being here with us. Unfortunately, this brings us to the end of this interview. We have a lot more in store for you. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special. Wings Friday, £3 wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT. Soup Saturday, £2 cube beef, £2 cow heel, £2 chicken foot, £2 pigtail, or smoked bone. Special $150. Super Sunday, £3 leg and thigh chicken, £3 sliced pork, £3 lamb slice, £3 cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
Tobago, we reach the biggest comedy event of 2024, finally in Tobago for one night only at Shaw Park.
My body, and I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, but you haven't been in the mood for the last 6 months. Love is a Walk, which played to sold-out houses across Trinidad, is coming to Tobago for one night only on Saturday, June 8th at 8:30 p.m.
You promised this would be the last time.
Yes, I tell you, it's the last time, I swear.
You sure about that?
Tickets for Love is a Walk available at the Shaw Park Complex daily and at advertised outlets. Check social media for details. Shaw Park, Saturday, June 8th.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. It's 7:34 in the morning, and I know that you all are getting ready to go to your various workplaces. Children are getting ready to go to school. I bid you a safe journey. I hope that you are prepared for the day. All right. This morning we continue on to hear about a breadfruit festival. Now, before I came on show with these two young ladies that I'll introduce to you, I was telling them a lot about, well, not a lot, but I was telling them that my favorite dish for breadfruit is breadfruit chips. So I'm really hoping that that is included in what we have to learn about here this morning. So this morning we are joined by the Zion Youth Association with Miss Lazon Paul, the president of the association, and Mrs. Kim Arnold Alexander, the PRO. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Hi, good morning.
Right. So who are the Zion Youths? Who makes up this association?
Okay, so the Zion Youth Association is a team. I like to say team instead of group. People out of the Bell Garden area. We consist of the young and the not so young at heart. As you know, this is our president, Lazol Paul, and she is the founder. She's our president, and the PRO, Kim Alexander. Let me just introduce myself. To say public. I didn't say good morning to Tobago too.
That's
Forget
okay.
that.
Go ahead.
Right. Sorry. Right. So we We are just a community-based group. We are non-profit. We are a non-governmental organization also, and we just based on what I should say.
Members of community.
No, community service.
Okay.
We just focus on community service. We think about what we can do to uplift our village of Belgarden.
Yes.
Mainly, we want Belgarden to be a name that everybody can say, what greatness comes out of Belgarden, right? We consist of, from the age of 8 years old, we have group members. Yeah, so we have, the general group, president, PRO, secretary, treasurer, but we really mainly focus on the community service and uplifting our village.
This is a great initiative. So we will be talking about your initiative of a breadfruit festival. Yes. So where did the idea of a breadfruit festival come about?
Right. Hi, good morning. My name is Lazon Paul, the president / founder of the Zion Youth Association. This group began in 2002 when I was only 27 years of age. First and foremost, the Breadfruit Fest came about right under the Breadfruit tree where I live in Belgarden, where 2 members with myself, Miss Aisha Jack and Miss Amanda Dikoto, we decided that, hey, Zion Youth Association is a group of young ladies, we hardly have guys in the group, that must make a difference on the eastern side of Tobago. So we decided that we like to think out of the box, I must say. So we decided that we started it as sports, and we decided that what next? Like, hey, what next? So Aisha was thinking, bloody bay had the blue food, what we could really come about, what we could decide, go out of the box, go to the Yam Fest, Heritage Time. So Amanda was like, we right below a breadfruit tree, why not have a breadfruit fest? So it's like, and then Tobago Reforestation and Rehabilitation had the breadfruit initiative where they were planting breadfruit tree in 2002. And I told other members that since as they decided to plant, why do we not do the cooking aspect and show, well, breadfruit is not just a dish for animals, because you now saying it real like breadfruit.
Of course.
You understand? And my main dish in breadfruit is like roast breadfruit, and this is mainly what everybody thinking is roast breadfruit alone you can get from the breadfruit.
Right.
So Belgarden have the Breadfruit Fest with our Youth Association. And it is not idle war like in the next 10 years, 5 years, it's Zion Youth Association. It must be Belgarden Breadfruit Fest because we are community based on building the whole community. Yes. So the idea came from just Tobago we have forestation planting, and we decided that we could do the culinary part of it where we could show, because this year we actually partnering with Tobago we have forestation, Tobago Arc, the area rep secretary Natasha Panting, and other,
we have full support of Dr. Faith.
Dr. Faith, other small businesses on the east side of Tobago.
Okay, so I know you'll see my smile growing, and it's the foodie in me, because I now want to hear about what I could look forward to in this festival, because you mentioned the Blue Food Festival. We know that Blue Food, you could walk through and purchase different delicacies made with Blue Food. So now that you're having a Breadfruit Festival, what exactly can we look forward to? What is the format of the Breadfruit Festival from the Zion Youth Association?
Well, first and foremost, we have a long list of different delicacies. We have the ice cream, we have breadfruit pie, the baked one, the one like aloe. What we're trying to do this year is breadfruit doubles. So it's something that
Tell me more. Yes, I'm hearing breadfruit doubles.
Curry breadfruit.
Curry breadfruit, breadfruit anchow, breadfruit roti.
So the dumpling. Is it a case where I could walk through and I could purchase these items? Would you all have like seminars on how to create these delicacies?
Well, what we want to do is like cooking demos. So we have 4 cooking demos. So one to make the breadfruit punch, one to do like the yaba, one to have the breadfruit chips. That is the one like we could eat with chicken.
Of course.
Yeah. But we have other chips that hot on the market. So we can bring us some for you today. We
That's
make up
okay.
for that.
There is a next time.
Yeah, we can make up for that.
So
that chips now is like the potato chips we just purchase in the shop.
Okay.
So there are 2 types of chips. That one and the one to eat for breakfast.
Okay.
What dinner?
As you speak, I'm getting very hungry, just letting you know.
Also, we'll be having the roast breadfruit on spot. So we have these 4 demonstrations, and so that anyone that comes to the festival can see how preparing these stuff will be like.
Right. So for the viewers that are currently looking at us, for myself, where and when will this be held? And what time does this festival start? I want to be there at least 5 minutes before to prep myself with a plate.
All right, no problem. Well, the Breadfruit Fest will be kept in Zion Hill by the basketball court. Right below the Breadfruit Tree, just look for the Breadfruit Tree. That will be a landmark. We start at 11 a.m. promptly. 11 a.m. Until, because like we want to have a half a party with 91.9.
Yes, that is one of our sponsors on board.
Yeah.
So we want to, they would be doing the after party. You know, we have some guest artists supposed to come through. So after you have all the belly full of all the lovely delicacies that we prepared, and you buy your stuff and thing, remember, walk with the money, right? Because we have a little samples to give you all, and we sure you want the things to carry home to families to taste and stuff. So walk with a little change for us. Right?
No, I'm going to try to pick your brain, right? Because you said that there would be some guest artists for the after party. Now, remember that you young ladies did not bring a sample for me to taste this morning, right? So, in exchange, who are some guest artists that we could look forward to?
Junior Banauta Belgarden, he'll be there.
All right.
It's unique. Anna Molly, hopefully.
Okay.
Just to name a few.
All right. So I do look forward to this festival. And for our viewers, where can we find more information on the Breadfruit Festival?
Well, we have social media. We are on Facebook. So it's the Zion Youth Association. And we also, well, we had the TikTok also, you know, we also have that. And yeah, basically that's our two handles, well, what we use right now. So it's TikTok and Facebook. Zion Youth Association. Right?
Okay.
And also, if anybody contacts,
my number is 489-6624.
All right, so we'll make that contact available on our Facebook page for Tobago updates, and viewers who would like to go and visit the Breadfruit Festival when it's about to be hosted, they can view our Facebook page and get that information. All right.
Yes, we appreciate that because it will be a time. We had our first one in 2020. So this is not the first one, right? So this we did. Unfortunately, we couldn't have done it last year, but this year you will have a treat to look forward to. Believe that. Believe that.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Lazon Paul, President of the Zion Youth Association, and Mrs. Kim Arnold Alexander, the PRO of this association. Guys, we have a big event to look forward to. That is the Breadfruit Festival right at Zion Hill. Miss Kinaya Johnson said that great things come from the east, and I'm going to throw in that here comes Zion Hill as well with things from the east that are definitely good. Yes, so we are looking forward to this festival. Viewers, I ask you to stay tuned and share the live, share the live, share the live.
Need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
I can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens has come down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road, it's a miracle. A million strong come together.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. And on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
And we are back here on Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. We are joined this morning in studio with Miss Chenise Stannis. Good morning to you. She is the founder of RS Promotion. So good morning to you, Chenise.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
I see that you're very excited to tell us a little bit about RS Promotions.
Yes, I am.
Right. So before we get into RS Promotions, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am Chenise Stannis. I am 18 years old. Apart from the team, I am a law student, and I am a business owner, so I own 2 businesses, which is a hair business and, of course, a promotional business. I also do management.
Okay, so who is RS Promotions and when was it founded?
Okay, so RS Promotions began in 2022, and realistically speaking, we started with the purpose of free tickets. And our goal when we started was that, what we noticed was that the promoters would come over, have a party, and we would pay all our money and go home poor, and the promoters go home rich. And we decided that we would devise a little system to get into these events free. And honestly, it escalated from there. Obviously, our goals and our aims changed, and we moved up from there.
All right. So, you just told me that the idea of this group was the free tickets. Okay, so what is the general idea? Besides the free tickets, you said that some of the goals and the aims changed for the group. So what is the general idea now of that group, and what is the purpose of it?
Okay, so what we do now is that we help brands, we help committees, we help people just looking to advertise and market. We help them with gaining a further reach. So, for example, word of mouth and one person posting could only reach so far. With our whole group combined, we have over 50,000 followers, so that's everybody's individual accounts combined in addition to the team account. So when somebody comes to us, they have the option of choosing social media marketing as well as us coming and doing the promotions, wearing your merch, getting the word out there. That's what we do. And we also help the main people who we help at this moment are really promoters coming from outside of Tobago who would want a familiar face to really represent them.
Okay, all right. And who do you support? Who exactly do you support, and what's the main goal in support of these people?
Okay, so we want to be versatile. We want to support different committees, brands, even an independent person who may want to sell a car, sell an apartment. We want to market for you all. But what we really specialize in and what we started off with and we are strongest in is event marketing. So a person is keeping an event, they want somebody reposting, they want somebody, as I said, wearing the merch. And some of the committees who we are so closely linked with and who we associate with 3 Points Entertainment, Bago Juve, Zestination, who is having an upcoming event. I'm trying to remember everybody. In the past, we have marketed for Crowd Control, for Mud and Mud, and so much other committees that not coming to me at the moment, but yes.
Okay, so you mentioned that you are a law student.
Yes, I am.
I mean, that's a heavy role that you have playing there, because, I mean, you're a law student and you said you have 2 businesses, and of course, RS Promotions is one of them. So could you tell me who is involved in your team? Because, of course, this has to be teamwork in order to pull off things like this. So tell me who's a part of your team.
Okay, so when I first started my first business, actually, it was more of an independent business because it's just me marketing and clients coming to me.
Okay.
When I started this business, however, I realized that I had to be dependent on everybody. Everybody had to play a role. And when we first initially started off, the energy wasn't really there. But recently, we did a rebranding and a remodeling where we brought in new people. These people are inclusive of people who are models, brand ambassadors, who have experience in the promotion world. So we bring them in and we work with them. And these members, they are so excited. Sometimes you don't even tell them you have to repost. You might just send it in the group and it's already on statuses. It's already on people's stories. It's already going viral on TikTok. It's already out there, right? So I call it my dependent business because I have to depend on people. It now has become my easier business because everybody is so willing to go forward and to do the work. No complaints. Everybody willing and on board that, yes, it's my dependent business. It's actually my favorite business, actually. And yes, that's some of the committees that we work with and we support.
Okay, so you are young, right? You mentioned that you are 18 years of age.
Yes.
In the long term, what do you hope for RS Promotions, and what do you see in the long term in terms of your marketing for others? I know you are now forming partnerships with a lot of these people. So in the long term, what do you see for these people themselves and for your business on a whole?
Okay, for the people who we currently associate and support, I see them going international. My goal, even for the team itself, is to go international. So right now we are Tobago based. We are currently in the process of forming a Trinidad team. And after that, let's go around the Caribbean. Let's travel. Let's go to other countries. Let's go eventually to places like England. Let's go to the States. Let's be worldwide. And that's my aim for both my personal team and for the committees that we represent. And next goal that I really, really want to achieve, and we tried it out once and it was successful, is that we have reached the stage where we have accomplished, I think, a good bit, and I feel as if it's time to give back.
Right.
So right now for Christmas, we are looking at doing several charity events, several charity ventures, giving back, donating, homeless drives, all of that.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay, so where can we find the information to contact you? Because I'm seeing that you are now becoming very wide-based based on the companies that you mentioned that you represented in the past. So where can we contact you? Where can we find more information?
Okay, so for a background, if you want to check, if you want to make sure that Chenise is not up here lying, you can go on the Instagram page, which is r.s_promotions on Instagram. You can also contact me personally if you all would like promotion based at 710-4998. If you all, I think, we have our upcoming TikTok account. You all can also go there. That also has some of our content. And well, yeah, that's about sums it up.
Okay, so Chenise is going to leave some of that contact information for you guys, and we'll leave it on our Facebook page on Facebook. So if you want to get into contact with RS Promotions, you can simply visit our Facebook page. Now, viewers, we are at the end of our interview, and we want to thank you so much for joining us on Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. We ask you all to continue to strive to do excellent today. You know, get safely to work. Be safe, please, on the nation's roads in light of everything that is happening. I encourage you to accomplish all your goals that you've set out this morning. Of course, to our viewers that are normally committed to viewing us every single morning, a special good morning to you all. I just want to shout out Miss Vera and Ingrid, who always have this positive note to tell me after I come off of on live, all right, before I start my day. I just want to thank you all so much for joining us here this morning. We'll now take a break, but before we do so, I want to encourage you to share the live, share the live, share the live.
assemblers, I am Kimura Reed, your presiding officer for the first ever primary plenary debate to be done nationally under the People's House. Join us at 10 a.m. on Thursday, June the 6th, 2024 at the Assembly Chamber as 18 primary schools from the east, west, and north of the island will engage in a thought-provoking debate on the impacts and effects of the SEA examination as members of the THA.
My name is Leston Paul, and the reason why they should keep the SEA exam is because it's a standardized test, and the three most important things you need to know is maths, language arts, and creative writing.
My name is Stando George, and I believe that they should ban SEA because of the physical and mental stress that it gives to the students.
Come to the public gallery or tune in live to our Facebook and YouTube links. We've got it locked, loaded, and ready to go. Thursday, June the 6th at 10 a.m. This is certainly one for the books.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning.
Viewers, this brings us to the end of Tobago Updates Youth Wednesdays here on 102 Amplify Facebook and YouTube. Viewers, thank you so much for joining us. Before we wrap up the show, I just want to say congratulations to Miss Gazelle Garcia. She won the President's Award, right? A long service medal awarded by the President, acting, the Honorable Nigel De Freitas. She was presented on May 25th, 2024 at the annual inspection parade in Skinner Park. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to those, you know, surrounding you, your team of motivators. I wish you all the best in going forward. This is a very big honor, and great congratulations to you from the Tobago Updates family and of course the UTA on Youth Wednesdays. So viewers, we thank you so much for joining us once again. Please enjoy your day as I've admonished you from before. Continue on to share the live as we go into Good Morning Tobago with Miss Chanel Felix.
What we have today is a technical rehearsal for the students, so they are being exposed to the use of the miking system here, and we also have them actually learning public speaking. So today they will have a number of persons speaking to them, and they will get accustomed standing and speaking in the Assembly Legislature. The brainchild of this actual debate and this process is Presiding Officer Miss Abby Taylor. She saw it fit to have the students involved at a very young age because we wanted to expose them to the governance system so they would understand what happens here and they would see how it would affect and apply to them.
My students are very excited. Actually, we all, especially the students, welcome the opportunity to participate in this debate because as students, they sometimes think that their voices are not being heard. And they have really very strong feelings concerning this SEA examination. And it is an opportunity for them to feel as if what they say, what they think, their opinions matter. So this is a very exciting time for them and they are really looking forward to it.
I'm glad for all the training sessions because it has made me more confident going into the debate. I feel very good to see that I can get to be in the chambers for this wonderful experience, getting to meet the presiding officer, getting ready to learn the rules. I feel very good.
We at Anglican are really grateful for the opportunity because we believe that debate exposes children at this age to serious skills that they would need for life. Public speaking, listening, problem solving, and it also teaches them emotional intelligence in handling disagreements with respect.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
It's only when I go abroad and I see what is out there and I come back and I measure against what is here. There is no comparison to beauty.
In some writings of our history, it is said that Christopher Columbus called it Bella Fauna, meaning beautifully formed.
Natural, beautiful, peaceful. Yes, I get emotional. That's why I'm here.
One of the fascinating things about nature, there is always something new, and especially in the tropics where there's such wide diversity, persons can experience and have the awe associated with some of the beaches we have, aquatic life we have, some of the fascinating birds we have within a day, within a short period of time.
You have the Caribbean Sea on one side, you have the Atlantic Ocean on the other side. On our doorstep, a fringe reef that wraps around the entire area. You have this huge amount of biodiversity and liveliness of the entire water that surrounds the island. We also do bioluminescent nighttime tours, which are like an escape into the deep, dark secrets of this, glowing phenomenon. It's like this almost cosmic effect. It's just something to be seen.
I know everybody in the village, and everybody know me. That is the nice thing about here.
Tobago is used to the extended family. There was always a grandmother, aunt, uncle. There was always love.
We eat and we drink, we laugh, and everything together.
Tobago, in one word to me, beautiful. Beautiful place to live. It gives me great pleasure to be in Tobago and do what I do.
The sunsets here are hardly bar none, some of the nicest I've seen.
I would describe Tobago of one of the clean, serene, and the best place that anyone could come. Be easy, be happy, and have a good time. There is nothing to compare to.
This little dot called Tobago exists, and come visit.
how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Live more. Yeah. Hey. Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones.
Good morning, and welcome to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Guys, you know, when you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask the questions you want asked. But before we get into that, let's have our news in 90 seconds.
News in 90 seconds is brought to you by Standards, never beaten on quality and prices.
Good morning and welcome back. Finance Minister Colin Imbert announced during a standing finance committee meeting in Parliament on Monday that the central government would allocate only $50 million to the THA for the Gulf Stream oil spill cleanup. Despite the THA's request for $153 million, the decision was based on documentation provided by the THA after analysis from the Ministry of Finance. The $50 million is supplemental funding is intended to cover some of the expenses incurred from the February 7th oil spill cleanup efforts. However, Imbert did not specify if this amount would address the needs of business owners and fishermen affected by the spill. Additionally, two men, Isaiah Jonte and Jaron Solomon, appeared before magistrates.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Minister Colin Imbert announced during a standing finance committee meeting in Parliament on Monday that the central government would allocate only $50 million to the THA for the Gulf Stream oil spill cleanup, despite the THA requesting $153 million. The decision was based on documentation provided by the THA after analysis from the Ministry of Finance. The $50 million in supplemental funding is intended to cover some of the expenses incurred from the February 7th oil spill efforts. However, Imbert did not specify if this amount would address the needs of the business owners and fishermen affected by the spill. Additionally, two men, Isaiah Jonte and Jaron Solomon, appeared before Magistrate Sabiki Kazabon for separate instances of robbery with aggravation. Both cases were transferred to the Scarborough Magistrate Court and postponed till July 2nd. The first incident by 19-year-old Isaiah Jonte of Riseland Trace Canby was charged with robbery at a department store in Bethel, while 21-year-old Jaron Solomon of Riseland Bethel was also charged for robbery at a car wash in Gulf City Mall, Lowlands. The two men were charged and remain in custody with the option to apply for bail without a judge in chambers. And finally, Public Administration Minister Alison West stated that the $4,140,000 budget supplementation for the Service Commission Department for 2023-2024 budget aims to help various commissions fill vacancies and pay legal fees. This was approved by the Standing Finance Committee. West mentioned 5 ongoing legal matters involving Service Commission with attorneys Douglas Mendez, Russell Martino, Deborah Peake, and Ian Benjamin involved, though she could not provide their legal fees as the cases are continuing. And that was on News in 90 Seconds.
Need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
And welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. This morning, as we continue our conversations here, we are speaking with Assemblyman Trevor James, who is also the Secretary for Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development. Thank you. Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Ms. Felix. Good to be here.
All right, excellent. So it's a pleasure to have you. Now, there are a number of construction projects that are going on under the Division of Infrastructure. Let the public know what are some of the projects.
Morning Tobago again, morning to the good people of Scarborough Mount Grace, who by their vote allows me to be here. As you know, Chanel, we've come to the public highlighting the fact that we've been constrained significantly by the budgetary allocation from Port of Spain. We've made it absolutely clear that our development budget in particular was only $51 million this year, and the wages for development workers was $41 million. We have therefore been doing our best to do all the work that you've seen going on from the division in-house. This year we've done a lot of road paving. The development teams are now working on Granby Gully. They are working at Idlewild and building that retaining wall. When they finish at Idlewild, they will go up to Runnymede. There's a massive landslip, road failure. I think Runnymede Trace or something like that is the name. And the team will go there after. And we continue to try to do the best that we can with the limited resources that we have. Our focus really is to ensure that the major passageways that we have now remain open and passable, and we'll continue to do our best.
And what about the members of the public who's saying in different areas that there are certain roads and access points that are still a sore point for them. What type of reassurance could you give them that even though the budget is constrained, that these things are on the radar to be fixed?
We have developed a schedule at the department, certainly for road upgrade, and the staff continue to pursue that. Of course, money is always a problem. Right now, we are in debt to Spell significantly, because we depend on them for the supply of bitumen, for the supply of asphalt and so on. And we want to tell the public, listen, the division is working for you. We are coming. We may be late in coming because we have a material and a money constraint, but we are in fact coming. We remember when there was all this talk about French, about all fields and can be number one and so on, and we moved in there in a week and we cleared that up. And it's the same thing that will happen. We will continue to move as the opportunity and the resources present themselves. And we want to ask the public to be patient. There's some of the roadworks that have been outstanding, or the failures that are present today, are in fact failures that we've inherited over time, and we continue to do our best as manfully as we can to ensure we bring a relief to the people of Tobago.
Excellent. And one of the major projects that you're working on as we speak is that connector road between Shirvan and Storby. What is the status of that? Because we know that had been halted due to the court putting out an injunction on that road. So give us some update on that road.
Well, we have been in discussions with the owner of the Killigan estate from day one. We were in negotiations to determine a price for the area that we wanted to use for the road. I believe the owner felt that we were delaying in paying him, or coming to a conclusion to pay him, and he went to the court to get redress, which is the right of everybody to go to court for redress. So the injunction is only on the Killigan estate. And we continue to move the works forward as far as we can. We are now coming out to Shirvan, and within the month of June, we'll hopefully be opening that roundabout at the end of the month of June, and connect that piece of road as we wait for the court to lift the injunction. We have a court matter on the 11th of June, and we are hoping by that time, the court will, in the wisdom of the court, come to the decision that the people of Tobago want this road, and that the state in Tobago wants to pursue this road, and it is for the benefit of the people of Tobago, and the court will decide to allow us to proceed.
Excellent. And so far, everything else except for the estate is going ahead full speed.
Oh yes, we've, like I said, we are almost 80% complete to the road. There are some issues related to the opening of an established road reserve. We are treating with those as well, and there are different ways to pursue things, and I want to just have people understand that we are at a place in our development process where things must be done in parallel if we have to shorten the time that it takes to do things. And that's the strategy we have decided to move with. And I think going forward, we will continue that strategy, because we have been significantly behind the 8 ball in our development process. And we need to find ways of moving projects forward quickly, notwithstanding those on the opposite side weaponizing state bodies against us and so on. We will continue to move forward as quickly as we can, because the people in Tobago have been yearning for these kinds of projects to be done. The economic benefit of this project was determined by the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago more than a decade ago, and so we will continue to move. We ask the public, however, to understand that there are bigger issues at play with some of the opposition that we've had to the development of what we consider to be small things. we continue to beg for their support and understanding as we try to move the process of development forward as quickly as we can.
Excellent. And what about that road from the Crown Point Airport coming straight up to the highway? We've seen some trouble with that road, especially in the Canaan area. In
Crown
terms of
Point
it
Airport.
it had been patched several times, but you still have those bumps in the road when you come off of the airport and you're going straight up to the highway. Is that a priority?
You mean Milford Road?
Yes, Milford Road. Is that a priority to resurface that road?
We would see how it goes. We are in the process of acquiring a few pieces of equipment. So we will see how it goes when we get the equipment on the ground, and we are now looking to see how we can begin to train redundant staff in terms of operators and so on. So I'm sure that late 2024, 2025 is going to be a nice time for us. So yeah, we look at a priority. There are some areas that are outstanding. I know people are concerned. There is Golden Lane, going back to Moriah, that has been outstanding for a while. There's my good friend Mr. Morris keeps making a hullabaloo about Montpelier. We are coming to those areas as well. A representative for Blackrock, Wim, is in my ear all the time about roads in his district as well. And so we are moving. Mr. Craig is behind us for paving of Boko Cemetery Street, Boko Cemetery Road. And so these things are on the schedule, but it is a matter of resource allocation, and as soon as resources become available, we will continue to do that. You know, our guys now are on the jetty in Charlottesville. It's a project we planned since last year, and we weren't able to execute it last year before the last cruise ship season. But we are there early this year, and that will be in place for the new cruise ship season. The jetty, as people in Charlottesville will know, there was some failure with some of the beams. There were some issues with the height of the landing and so on. And we are hoping to address that on behalf of the Division of Tourism. And like I said, we can't do everything at the same time. And we are going to schedule them and do them as best as quickly as we can.
Excellent. And what has been your strategy in regards to partnering with the other divisions to ensure that these projects get done based on the limited finances that you have in your division?
We continue to do that all the time. I mean, that's one of the benefits of having an executive council. Other divisions bring forward issues where collaboration is required, and we continue to do our best. We continue to provide the Division of Education with benches and so on from the URP. We continue to do what we can to assist other divisions as best as we can. We will partner with the Division of Sport and Division of Community Development and so on to ensure that we are using the resources of CPEP and the sports department to the best benefit of the people of Tobago. And that is a continuous journey where we create synergies between divisions so that we can best deliver to the people.
Excellent. And going back a bit to that link road in Chauvin to Storby, is there any particular reason why the THA did not go with the design that was submitted from the central government for that road behind the airport as opposed to the construction that is taking place now?
Well, listen, the airport is being constructed under the Ministry of Finance. I think it's the Oversight Ministry. We attempted to meet, we requested by letter to meet with NITCO twice. We've been unsuccessful. There seems to be an instruction not to partner with the THA. That my own personal view on the matter is irrelevant, but that road is a road that has to have the contribution of the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, because land acquisition will have to be done. And if the Parliament, if the Ministry of Finance finds that that road is important to be built, then there's a way in the legislation for us to collaborate. What we know is that roadworks in Tobago are the responsibility of the THA, and so collaboration is required. So we will wait to see what would happen, how this thing will go forward. But if the designers, if the feasibility suggests that that's the road that should be built, then I'm sure the government in its wisdom will approach us to find a way for us to work together to do it.
Okay, thank you. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back right after this.
It's a brand new morning, rise up.
I can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens just come down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road, it's a miracle.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special Wings Friday. 3 pounds wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT Soup Saturday. 2 pounds cube beef, 2 pounds cow heel, 2 pounds chicken foot, 2 pounds pigtail, or smoke bone. Special $150. Super Sunday. 3 pounds leg and thigh chicken, 3 pounds sliced pork, 3 pounds lamb slice, 3 pounds cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
Tobago, the date has been set. Saturday, June 22nd, we head to the Jade Monkey once again for the launch of their 2024 Jufi and Mass Band presentation for Tobago Carnival. On Saturday, June 22nd, we gather at the Jade Monkey to get a glimpse of the Jade Monkey Mass presentation for 2024, the Tobago Festival, and also the launch of the Jade Monkey Jufi, Monkey See, Monkey Do.
I come from between island.
Get ready for another year of Tobago Carnival with the best band in Tobago, Jade Monkey Mass and the Jade Monkey Jufi. So come out on June 22nd as we launch Monkey See, Monkey Do Jufi, and for Tobago Mass, the Tobago Festival's presentation, brought to you by the Jade Monkey. This one powered by Carib, Digicel, and Next 99.1 FM, a member of the TTT Limited Media Network. Jade Monkey.
Go down in the center, go down.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Hello and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago, guys. As we continue our conversations here in studio, we have Mr. Trevor James, who is Assemblyman Trevor James and the Secretary for Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development. We've been talking about a number of projects that are happening in his division and what we can expect coming out from road infrastructures and other developments that concern urban development. Now, you were known or branded as the man with the plan, especially in regards to your plan for Scarborough. Give us an update on where that is. After this first term in office, what do you think the status of Scarborough would be? Would it still be looking like what we see now? What are some of the first phases of the project that we can see manifesting within this first term?
Well, as you know, Chanel, and as you know, Tobago, we ran a campaign on the redevelopment of Scarborough, development of the port, as one of the main drivers for economic development in Tobago. We got the approval of the Executive Council to adopt the Scarborough development as policy in Tobago. We went out from the division locally and internationally for persons who were interested in partnering with us to develop not only Scarborough but projects around the island. We were fortunate enough to get 2 respondents who were serious, who came to the table to help us to develop Scarborough, and we began negotiating with both of them, one after the next. We were stuck in the negotiation, however, because both parties want a sovereign guarantee in order to secure the financing for Scarborough. We are now going to write to the government to enlist their support in the issuance of a sovereign guarantee, and we will see how that will go. We hope that the government will assist us. On land, as people don't remember, but before we came into office, the IADB had approved a loan for the government of Trinidad and Tobago with a Tobago component for $41 million. That was agreed on between the government of the day then, before the election, and the government in Tobago then. We have been trying our best to negotiate with the government in Trinidad how we can access this $41 million. We identified, projects were identified before us, we negotiated to have some of them changed. We thought that we had settled on some road infrastructure issues in Scarborough, including the underground utility corridor, a matrix of roundabouts at Comforting and Comforting. Under settlements, there was the housing project at Riceland. That was also pre-approved before we came into office. And 2.5 years on, the government has refused to give us those monies. The government has refused to go forward with projects that we have identified and agreed on. And so, again, we have this issue where, because there's a regime change in Tobago, the government continues to withhold funds from us, to the chagrin of the people of Tobago. If you drive by Grange Bay now, and you get there's a little beach after Grange, just below where Mount Irvin entrance is, there's a little beach there. That erosion there has almost reached the main road. We have sat with the Ministry of Finance in meetings spanning 6 to 8 months, trying to get them to approve again for a loan that was approved before we came to office with the CAF, Central American Development Bank, approved before us, and 2.5 years in, they're still unwilling to give us the $15 million to effect coastal protection works on projects in areas that were identified before us. Grange, Back Bay in Plymouth, where that entire road has broken away till the houses on the eastern side of the road now are maybe falling, and Pigeon Point. And again, the central government, because the people of Tobago voted against them, continue to withhold these funds to the detriment of the people in Tobago. And I don't think Tobagonians understand how important it is for us as a group to stand up to this kind of behavior from Tobagonians who are in Trinidad.
Right, and then you have the finance minister who made a comment recently while in Tobago, emphasizing the fact that this administration has gotten more money than any previous administration, and I guess in bigger tranches. How do you respond to that? And how do you plan to supplement the lack of finances from the central government in order to get these projects done?
Well, I think the Chief Secretary responded to the Minister of Finance. We continue to use whatever procurement modalities that we can in order to bring foreign non-THA monies into the space, private sector funds into the public. And we will continue to do that. We will continue to try to have design build finance projects and to stagger the payments over a period of time. That to me is the only project strategy that we could use. We will continue to ask the people of Tobago to demand more of the central government. The current law says at Tobago can be afforded up to 6.9%. And this idea that somehow we must only receive 4.03 is not based in fact. It's not based in law. Nowhere in the law does it say that we must only get 4.03. Take the supplemental budget now. That is the $50 million is not even 4.03%. And it's being given when Trinidad is requesting $2 billion. They are specifying monies to us for oil spill not caused by us. That's nowhere on the budget before us. And so there are emergency funds in Trinidad that could have taken care of the oil spill. They have gone internationally to secure payment for the oil spill. And still will not remit the money to the THA. Even when we submit documentation to show, to justify our request. That is not a government that is working for the people of Tobago. And Tobagonians have to come to terms with that fact that we need a government in Trinidad that is working for Tobago. We need a government in Trinidad that is working for Tobago, because this current government certainly is not. Whether we have Tobagonians, we have 2 representatives in Parliament. You don't hear a squeak from them that for Tobago budget issues. No support whatsoever. They're not working for us, they're working for themselves in order to see what they can do to get back into office in the Parliament using the Tobago vote.
Right. And a substantial amount of resources came out from the Division of Infrastructure regarding the oil spill cleanup. Can you explain to the public how does this 50 million given by the central government supplemental fund, how exactly would it be distributed how would it be distributed? And would this directly impact business owners and fishermen who were affected by the oil spill, or is that from a separate central government fund?
Well, I don't know. The distribution of all revenue in Tobago is the responsibility of the Secretary of Finance. From our division, we were tasked with providing a series of equipment and resources and so on to assist in the cleanup process. At our last check, the bill for that from us was close to $15 million for rent and lease equipment. And we would hope that the Division of Finance will remit that to us by some magic, or by probably $50 million, so that we could pay those vendors. But the bigger issue is Tobagonians not allowing ministers of finance and prime ministers and so on to get away with this kind of thing. You can't approve budget. You can't approve funds for us, for the people of Tobago. It's not for the TPP government, for the people of Tobago. 41 million TT dollars for urban development, $15 million US for coastal protection, pre-approved before we came into office, and then decide, hey, you see them fellas in Tobago, we ain't giving them that. Nobody should be allowed to do that and get away with it. And so I want to impress, maybe I'll do another live specifically on these issues. And as I say live, Chanel, I want to say that, and let me say this carefully, media houses in Tobago have taken fake news from fake profiles brought to the public concerning my name, brought to the public by Ansel Dennis, and reported it. Fake news, and everybody in Tobago knows it's fake news. And media houses in Tobago, I don't know if it's a fear of the PNM, broadcast these things, and we are out there presenting facts with documentary evidence, and not one of the lives that we have done from the division has made it to mainstream media. It's something that media houses in Tobago have to look at, because I believe one of the responsibilities of the media is to ensure that they bring in facts to the public. And if you can allow PNM people to bring fake things, proven, the Integrity Commission proven to be fake. And no media houses apologized for broadcasting what is proven to be fake. And at the same time, refusing to highlight the projects that we have highlighted with facts to the people of Tobago. We have to, media houses in Tobago, I'm asking to consider that the prosecution of our autonomy is one of the responsibilities of the media. And in every jurisdiction that you look at the US, the media houses protect the integrity of the United States of America and the laws of the United States of America. That is what the media does. One of the responsibilities. I want to ask that the media take a look at that.
All right. And recently we saw that there was a bit of a backlog at the quarry. Can you tell us what are the updates on that and the machinery that was, or the part that was purchased?
No, well, I think sometimes we mistake order for confusion. I'm no Director Jack dealt with some of that, and I don't want to belabor the point, but spell continues to be a challenge. We are doing our best to get it right. The reorganization of how you come to spell to receive material is not a new thing. The management there is doing what it can to ensure there is order and to ensure that the use of the way bridge is organized and so on. So there will be some wait, and that's normal. In the public, we go to licensing and we wait. We go to Inland Revenue and we wait. So it's confusing order with chaos, and I think hopefully we'll get spell right. There continues to be challenges, of course. We have equipment challenges, severe equipment challenges that require some massive investment, and hopefully we'll find a way, if not this fiscal, certainly by next fiscal, to begin the process of acquiring some new equipment for spell, and hopefully that will improve our production, improve our capacity there, and improve our service to the people of Tobago.
So when do you project that spell would be back up to its full capacity?
Well, bringing spell to full capacity means that we have 2 crushing plants at spell that are above 20 years old, and so maintenance of these plants are a challenge. Spell has procurement challenges where vendors are owed some of them significant sums over time, which we are trying to bring down. Vendors are now sort of delaying the supply of other critical parts because of money is owed to them and so on. So it's an all inclusive process of trying to move the thing forward properly. But we've inherited aging machinery, both mobile and fixed machinery at spell, and we have to find a way to acquire some new equipment at spell. And this is the only way really that we can move spell forward. The last time I checked, the operating costs at spell per month was more than $600,000. So it and that is a consequence of the maintenance that is required. So it's a process, and my hope is that maybe before calendar 2024 we would get this right.
Excellent. And one of the questions that continue to come to the fore is, outside of Mr. Ashwood Jack, who are the other members of the spell board, and why isn't this information public?
Oh no, the spell board has been made public more than a year ago. We've renewed the board, and that's the same members. That's again mischief being put in the space by PNM people. The spell board is well known, and I'm sure the board members might be on the spell website, as a matter of fact. So that's no secret, and there's no secret that we are trying to hide by board members. It is a right of the government and the THA to appoint board members. There's no secret to that. When board members are appointed, the public will be aware, and nobody can change a board member who is not a member of the public, who is not a member of the government. The government party to select board members. That is just small talk and mischief.
Okay, and we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with lots more right after this. See you guys very, very soon.
Rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to.
Hey, assemblers. I am Kimura Reed, your presiding officer for the first ever primary plenary debate to be done nationally under the People's House. Join us at 10 a.m. on Thursday, June the 6th, 2024 at the Assembly Chamber as 18 primary schools from the east, west, and north of the island will engage in a thought-provoking debate on the impacts and effects of the SEA examination as members of the THA.
My name is Lester Paul, and the reason why they should keep the SEA exam is because it's a standardized test, and the three most important things you need to know is maths, language arts, and creative writing.
My name is Stando George, and I believe that they should ban SEA because of the physical and mental stress that it gives to the students.
Come to the public gallery or tune in live to our Facebook and YouTube links. We've got it locked, loaded, and ready to go. Thursday, June the 6th at 10 a.m. This is certainly one for the books.
Tobago, we reached the biggest comedy event of 2024. Finally in Tobago for one night only at Shaw Park.
My body, and I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, but you haven't been in the mood for the last 6 months. Love is a Walk, which played to sold out houses across Trinidad. It's at 8:30 p.m.
You promised this would be the last time.
Yes.
Last time.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Guys, we have been chatting with Assemblyman Trevor James, who is the Secretary for Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development. And we've been talking about a number of projects happening here in Tobago in regards to development, infrastructure. And as we continue our conversation, you spoke a bit about the fact that now that resources are so scarce, you have to utilize members of the division now more than ever before. What type of investments are you making in terms of training for the staff currently, and what type of technological advancements can we see coming out of the Division of Infrastructure?
Again, Chanel, the training vote, I think, has been under $200,000. We don't have resources to engage in real training. We attempted to move the engineering group at the division into CAD fully. We've acquired the hardware for that. We are still now trying to see how we can, secure a vendor to carry out that kind of AutoCAD training. Our goal was to try to bring across the division a engineering project management core that would improve the delivery of projects to the people. And we continue to do that. The THA is a place where we're not accustomed to this kind of professional kind of approach to things, and so these things take some time. But we're gonna get the training things right. Like I said, In preparation for new equipment, we have planned training to come on board for operators and so on. That would be done. I think generally at the division, when we came into office, let me go back, we came out with this app, Show Me a Road, and we couldn't get it right because the amount of areas that required remedy crashed the app. We didn't have the backroom staff to support the app or the resources to attend to the issues that were raised at the time. And so, but that continues to be where we want to go. That's the signal as to where we want to take this thing. Once we get the physical infrastructure to a place of comfort, then we can now go into that kind of technology to say someone in Charlottesville has an issue, that they can go to the app and we can respond in almost in live time. So that continues to where we want to go. But bringing new technology into the THA has been, even before us, a major challenge to the THA. We've been trying to bring accounting software into the THA for years, and that is a major challenge. We just simply have challenges with the public staff to move from this paper-based place where we are into a real technological space, and I think the chief spoke to that as well. It's the goal that we have, and we continue to move forward, maybe slowly, but we continue to move forward to achieve that goal.
Okay, and you have a new partner over there in the division. You have assistant secretaries have changed, and now you are working directly with Assemblyman Terence Baines. After the reshuffle, how has that been for you, and what are some of the plans that you guys have to collaborate in order to achieve some of your strategic goals moving forward?
Well, Pastor Baines is a welcome addition to the team. We've sat, we've planned, and he now has oversight over all of maintenance. And so hopefully we will see an improvement in the delivery of the various districts under his oversight. He will also become hopefully the face of the division in our outreach to the people. So you will probably see more videos, more infomercials of the work we have done in the past, and the work we are doing, and the plans going forward. So Pastor Baines is a welcome addition, and together I think we will do great things for the division. We want to ask the public. I want to ask the public to appreciate the challenges, of course, that Pastor Baines is facing and has faced, and to be kind to him, you know. We are at a place, you know, I've seen some things online and so on where people are attacking him unnecessarily. Some people feel that this might in fact be a promotion, and he'll have an opportunity to deliver more to the people of Bethel, New Grange, and so on and across Tobago. So we would see how it goes, but I think the synergy between us will be good. And we'll be able together to deliver hopefully more than we have done in our first 2 years, in the last 2 years, as we bring this term to an end. I think good things are in store for Baines and James, or James and Baines, as the case may be. You know, so we don't have a real challenge. We don't have a real challenge.
Understood. Now, recently in the last sit-in, there was a motion brought to align the strategic goals, or the development strategy of the THA, the greatest little island on the planet, to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. What part of that strategy have you had a part in creating in regards to infrastructural development on the island, and what are some of the steps that your division is going to take to align that to some of the more environmentally friendly policies as you move forward with infrastructure development?
Well, a question, Chanel. I think we are, in terms of our core responsibility to the people from the division, our goal will be to ensure that we are building a Tobago that is based on good construction and environmental friendly construction. We are hoping to build a Tobago that can withstand rising tide, and therefore coastal protection will be big for us going forward, not only now but going forward in the long term. And so our strategies will be designed to ensure that we are building a Tobago that can resist the possible traumas of hurricanes and rising sea tides and so on. Coastal protection, inland protection. Our topography in itself is a major challenge to development. This hill and gully place that we have called Tobago. And so we now have to begin to design more protection on the hillsides. We have to investigate new materials and new ways of doing this kind of protection to ensure that we can keep our houses, some of them who are built precariously on the hills, some of them who are built in valleys, and so on. And so we have to come up with a comprehensive plan. I know that the Division of Planning and Finance and so on are now putting the final touches on a Tobago development plan. And our division has contributed to that and will continue to contribute. But you know, the bigger conversation about these developmental goals, the biggest one of that is self-determination. Without the self-determination, the things that we want to do that we will not be able to do in Tobago, and the core conversation, the underlying issue in that motion was in fact self-determination. And I want to bring to the minds of the Tobagonians to understand that almost everything we do in Tobago is limited by the fact that we don't have control of our space. We don't have control of our resources, and we are depending on someone from outside of Tobago to give us authority, which we should have intrinsically within ourselves. And we have to get that right. We've been going to the Parliament since 1978 in this new Tobago. We've been going to the Parliament to try to correct a mistake from 1789, to correct a mistake that was made. And we've been stymied in the Parliament. And once we can get that done, once we can get the Parliament to come to a place where Tobago moves into a different legislative arrangement with Trinidad, that is when you would see us being able to achieve these strategic goals that the UN keep talking about.
Excellent. And finally, before we end off this morning's conversation, now you would have indicated about the limited resources that you have within the division. What policies does the division have for dealing with areas or districts or communities or groups of persons who are willing to put forward some of the investment to get, whether it be access roads or their roads resurfaced? What type of policies do you have to partner with these persons who are willing to put out money or willing to put out labor to get the road done?
Well, we don't have a written policy per se, but I'm going to state now, any individual, any group, any NGO that wishes to partner with the Division of Infrastructure to effect public works in Tobago, you're welcome to come to us with a proposal and have us look at it. We, in this time, Chanel, when we've had limited resources, we have opened roads from Pala to Veer, and we're coming down the road now. I think we just finished Mason Hall. We've been opening roads for members of the public, because that is what we can deliver now, and we've been doing our best to do those things. If members of the public wish to collaborate with us, we welcome that. If members of the public willing to invest their funds and so on, we welcome that, and certainly we will find a way to assist and to move these kinds of projects forward, because that is what we are here for. The people voted us in, and our goal and responsibility is to ensure that we are serving them. And if the people have ideas of what can be done I have an open door policy. Text me, call me, send a letter, send a proposal, and we will see what we do. If we have a gentleman who has a property opposite the abattoir in Milford Road, and who came to us with a good proposal to do a coastal protection work to secure his property there, and I just gave approval for that. And we will help supply the armor rock for him and so on, and he will carry out his work, and we'll have our engineers help supervise his work, and he will pay for his work and so on. So we do have persons like that who come forward, and we continue to assist.
All right, thank you. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for coming on this morning and chatting with us. Guys, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back right after this. See you soon.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion
I can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens has come down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road, it's a miracle. A million strong come
Assemblers, I am Kimura Reed, your presiding officer for the first ever primary plenary debate to be done nationally under the People's House. Join us at 10 a.m. on Thursday, June the 6th, 2024 at the Assembly Chamber as 18 primary schools from the east, west, and north of the island will engage in a thought-provoking debate on the impacts and effects of the SEA examination as members of the THA.
My name is Leston Paul, and the reason why they should keep the SEA exam is because it's a standardized test, and the three most important things you need to know is maths, language arts, and creative writing.
My name is Stando George, and I believe that they should ban SCA because of the physical and mental stress that it gives to the students.
Come to the public gallery or tune in live to our Facebook and YouTube links. We've got it locked, loaded, and ready to go. Thursday, June the 6th at 10 a.m. This is certainly one for the books.
Tobago, we reached the biggest comedy event of 2024, finally in Tobago for one night only at Shaw Park.
My rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Tobago, baby.
When we outside, it's an ocean of love. All that we align to the stars up above. Let we dance now, take a chance now with me. And we go jump till morning. Look, the moon don't sleeping. Tell them we not leaving. Till the last drop of bacchanal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I'm running tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. We with all my friends and them. No place like home. We go jump till the moon come down. It's we who the stars shine on. Play a mass and break away. Freedom in with DNA.
Welcome back, guys. This morning on Good Morning Tobago, we had the opportunity to sit with Assemblyman Trevor James from the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development and talk about a number of the projects that are currently ongoing and how he plans to prioritize fixing the roads in each area. Now, one of the questions that I would have asked, which I think continues to come up, is that there are people with the capabilities to not necessarily fund their own roads, but to contribute to a number of the development that they want to see within their communities. And he would have highlighted that if there is indeed a project, whether it's an access roads or some type of resurfacing project that you think is in dire need in your area, and you know that you have the capability or the community members who are willing to come together and get that done, you can contact the Division of Infrastructure, let them know that you guys are willing to do a partnership to get the project done, and that is possible. But this morning we're going to have a bit of an extended episode as we have a special guest that is going to be coming on very soon on the program. Now, we know that a lot has been unfolding, especially where media and the freedom of the press and freedom of information and freedom of expression is concerned. We saw one blogger who came to Trinidad and Tobago and did somewhat of a documentary type series of gang life in Trinidad, had recently been arrested before he was able to leave the country. This and so many other unfolding stories. Now, we hope to be able to further touch on what is happening as this story unfolds. We know that he had been arrested and the case is currently before the courts, and there is not much that can be said, but from what we are allowed to say, we hope that this morning will allow us to touch a bit on that and how does it impact how Trinidad and Tobago is viewed globally. So, guys, this morning I have the pleasure of sitting with Mr. Christopher Arthur Hughes, who is well known as Christmas List. Good morning, Mr. Hughes, and how are you?
Good morning. I feel great.
All right. Thank you so much for taking the opportunity to come on to Tobago Updates. We are one of the #1 broadcasters here on the island of Tobago, and we are also interested in what is happening as your story unfolds, because it delves into freedom of expression as well as freedom of the press. And we saw that you have been charged with sedition, right? But as the situation unfolds, can you give us a little bit of a background as to what happened as you attempted to leave the country?
Yes. So prior to booking a ticket and leaving, the police had arrived at my location of residence with a search warrant and a list of charges all of which were related to gang activity. My items were confiscated, all electronics, cameras, etc. And I was not arrested. I was brought in for questioning, but that questioning also included the inability to leave. So I was also warned that if I tried to leave, I would be arrested. And I guess that's how the last 7 days of my life have landed me in the position I'm in right now today.
And I know that you did not come to Trinidad and Tobago expecting to receive such a response for covering the type of stories that you have been covering. How was your interaction with the police so far?
Yeah, I'm by no means an expert in interrogation. I believe they have a job they are doing. I'm in my eyes, I'm 100% innocent. I'm not going to be pleading guilty on any charge that's in front of the courts. The very basics, without me getting into the exact details of my case, is I'm being charged because somebody in one of my videos said something that the government feels is deemed as dangerous. And you spoke about freedom of the press, and that's a topic that I'm sure will come up during my proceedings. It was nothing that I verbalized, but it was something that a stranger that I was questioning in a video said that has me in this hot water right now.
Can you understand where the type of content that you would have been putting out there on your channel may have negatively reflected how the government is dealing with crime and dealing with gang violence in Trinidad and Tobago, and how that could have led them to pursuing you in this way?
Yes and no. You know, the realist in me understands that if a tourist, or anybody for that matter that's in media, publishes crime and the reality, it shines a light on some negative issues that we all wish did not exist. But the reality is it does exist. Before I came to Trinidad, it exists, and thereafter, you're in mainstream media. I'm sure you realize by looking through the daily newspaper headlines that crime, violence, murder, robbery, abduction are like daily activities here in Trinidad. I wish that was not the case. I wish we could talk about how incredible the food is and the culture and the people, which they are. But the reality is there's a real crime problem. This beautiful country named Trinidad and Tobago should not, I wish the highlight was not gang activity. I'll put it that way. But, you know, what I do is I go to places and I give people the voice. If there was a tornado in Japan that destroyed millions of homes, I would go there and document the grieving and crying people, the victims of the problem. Now, I've never had an issue in any other country when recording with my camera. That might be different on the day I go to North Korea. But I thought I was in Trinidad and Tobago, not North Korea. And I did believe I had the basic human rights to record and have conversations with strangers freely. So that's what I'll end up fighting for in court.
Understood. And in retrospect, what would you have done differently? Because there is the conversation about what would have happened had you gone back to Canada and then posted the content. Then, in retrospect, right, what would you have done differently?
Yeah, I'm a father of 3, and I teach my children to be accountable for their actions. I don't look back and think about what would have happened or what could have happened, because it didn't happen. I did post the videos, and I'm in Trinidad. I must abide by the laws of Trinidad. So, again, I'm accountable for my actions, and I'm confident that a judge will see that I had no motive or intentions or malice intentions. For anybody that follows my content, the video I'm most proud of is the march that I did through the streets with the mothers of people that have passed away to violence. My intention was never to make Trinidad look bad. I film a lot of other videos outside of the gang style videos. What I would say is, instead of what would I change, I wouldn't change anything. I've learned something from the experience that when I'm walking through the streets and I have a camera, I am accountable for what I publish. So I really have to pay attention to what the people are saying to ensure it's not breaking any laws, whatever city or country that I'm in.
And has this experience painted a negative light on Trinidad and Tobago for you? Would you be visiting again after this?
Hopefully, first of all, hopefully Trinidad and Tobago will welcome me back again. And you know what? It's quite the opposite. The support I've gotten, I've only been out about 24 hours, and just walking through the streets and the horn honking and fists in the air and Chris, we support you. I loved the country before I went to jail, and I'll tell you what, the support of the people here, and it's not that I'm requesting it. This is general, like just as it's real. How do I say I love the country more now after 6 days in jail than I did before? And I don't blame anyone. There's nobody. I'm not blaming the government. I'm not blaming the police. Again, as a man that knows I'm not perfect, I've made mistakes in the past, and I guarantee I'll continue to make mistakes. But hopefully, I learned from this one, and I have nothing but love for the people in the country of Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, and there is speculations or persons alleging that this is all in an attempt to get you to remove the videos off of the internet because of how it exposes the fact that we may not have the handle on crime that we propose to have. What do you think about that?
I agree that I don't think that you have the handle on crime. To answer that straightforward, the crime is too normalized here. Anybody I speak to has lost 10 friends to violence. So, I mean, that's not normal. But I know the police have a very difficult job. They're understaffed. So I'm not to blame anyone at all. But what I can say is nobody during the course of my, I guess it's been 7 days since I've been arrested, not one individual asked me to take down a video. This interrogation or this arrest had nothing to do with me taking down videos on the day. The first opportunity I had to call my wife, which took a few days after arrest. I requested her, just out of the respect of the country that I'm visiting, let's remove the videos until we figure out which video or which item, because I still don't know which video in particular offended the police or broke the law. So I just asked her to privatize the videos, but that was my own discretion. I asked the police, would you like me to remain, like, for the videos to remain down? They said, it's up to you. So the videos will be up. About 6 or 7 were published last night. And I'll go through each of the remaining videos to make sure that I'm abiding by the local laws, and they will all go back up. So just to be confirmed, there's nobody ever requested me to take these videos down. It was my personal opinion. Even my lawyers did not suggest this. This is my personal opinion.
Okay, and there were headlines in the newspapers just a couple of days ago stating that Chris goes for a drive. It's a drive to many of these hotspot areas that you highlighted in order to pinpoint persons who were in your video. Is this true?
Yes. No, not at all. And the sad but honest truth is mainstream media, I don't know where they get their information from. I'm a strong believer that article is written for one purpose, to harm myself. They know the danger of implicating me with a tour of the hotspots. The simple answer is no, it didn't happen. I haven't left my cell. I had cellmates with me for the 6 days that can account that even when I go to the toilet, they're watching me. So no, I never left. And that newspaper the following day had to recant the story, although it was just a small paragraph on like page 8 in which they said that the information that they provided was not factual. But you know what? That's what sells newspapers. So not every mainstream media is going to have morals. And that, I'll be straightforward, there's a civil suit in front of me 100%. That's not something that you just simply walk away from. My life is on the line. And when mainstream media openly lies like that, that's a real problem to the world, to anybody that consumes the content. So no, that did not happen at all.
Your attorney, Mr. Anand Ramlogan, he suggested that a lawsuit would be forthcoming because of a breach of your constitutional right. Are you intending to sue the state because of your arrest?
We're taking it one day at a time. Tomorrow I have court, so that's all I'm looking forward to. I'm not able to talk about anything else. I take the full advice of my lawyer because that's what he's hired to do.
Okay, and once you do receive your passport tomorrow, can we see you leaving the country, or can we see more videos of your experience here in Trinidad and Tobago coming out from Christmas list?
In a perfect world, I would get my passport tomorrow. It's so far from that being a reality. That's not what the meeting is for tomorrow. So the likelihood of me leaving anytime soon, again, it's in the hands of the judicial system. So I would love to get home to my wife and kids, but I don't know how possible that is in the next couple days.
And what about your content creation? Does that continue with resilience,
today,
or have you been stopped in your tracks?
There's been no restrictions with my bail conditions at all. I was never asked or required to stop doing what I'm doing. My cameras were taken and they're used for evidence, so I don't have the equipment that I would normally have, but I do have a few local friends that said, pass by today and I'll give you a camera. So as soon as I get off this call, I'll be in a vehicle on my way to check into the police first. That's one of my conditions. I need to sign in, which I will be doing after this call. And today I'll be out in the streets recording the reactions of strangers, and that will be uploaded tomorrow to my channel.
Understood. Now, there have been speculations on the media just as short as yesterday that you are an operative of the government's opposition and you have been paid to basically come in and expose the incompetence of the government in dealing with crime and youths in these underserved areas. What response do you have to these comments?
The simple answer is no. But, you know, I'm a YouTuber. I filmed in 120.
Oh my, I'm sorry that we got disconnected there. That would have been very interesting to get an
countries.
answer.
Yes.
You broke up for a while,
Okay.
so we did
So
not
the
get the
answer is no.
response to that.
Sorry. The answer is no. It's almost comical. After visiting 128 countries, when I read some comments and some people's mindsets, you know, when I was in Afghanistan, they said I was undercover for the USA. When I was in Cuba, they said I was working for Obama. I have a high school education. I have no history or training in military. I don't know how to hold a gun. I'm no secret service. And if I was, what sense would it make? Nothing makes sense. No. So the simple answer is no. Yeah, I don't know how else to put it. The answer is no. But it's not the craziest thing I've heard.
Okay. And we look forward to seeing the footage that you would put out, or your reaction videos to being arrested in Trinidad. You have done something that very few have been able to do in regards to gaining access and gaining the trust of these young men who felt comfortable enough to come on screen with rifles and tell their story. What stood out to you the most in this entire debacle? Is it the willingness of the youths to come on, or was it the actual stories that you were hearing?
It's always the stories, the willingness, because I've been doing this for a while. And at first, you know, when I was new to the content creation scene, it was surprising that people would talk to me, a complete stranger. But no, it's no surprise to me anymore. You know, these people, and I don't mean just these people in Trinidad or these people that are holding guns. I don't want to say I feel sorry for them. I do believe there are alternate options, but I also believe those options are very limited. They don't have the options I had as a child or as a youth at adolescence level. So it's almost like a therapy to them. It's like that the kind of conversation they're having with me is not the conversation they have amongst their peers in the neighborhood. So people are open book. It's like they want to tell me their whole life story. They want to let it out. So I'm not surprised that me with a little camera, a stranger, is the type of person that they feel comfortable talking to.
Understood. And again, we want to thank you for coming on this morning and speaking with us. Is there anything you want to let the people know before you leave, or we see that you're alive, you're well, you're doing okay?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to let the people know?
Yeah, well, the initial thought, and even with the Canadian Embassy, is due to that front page newspaper article that I could be putting my life in danger. They really want me to sort of hide out and don't be in front of the public. I respect their decision and their opinions, but I don't know how to put this in the nicest way possible. I can't be stopped. I need to be out there. I need to show people I'm okay and I'm confident, and I'm not overly worried about the threats. I'm ready just to keep doing what I do. I love Trinidad. I appreciate all the support and the love. And I'm excited to go through the process. It sounds crazy, but I'm not pleading guilty. I'm not taking any. I'm ready to fight this. I know what I did was not illegal in my eyes, and I feel like not only can I help bring Trinidad together to a certain extent, but content creators and press and media around the world, we have the right to have conversations with individuals, even when those ideas are not exactly ours. I'm just sharing the public thought for the people that are not often heard. So I'm going to continue to do that.
Again, thank you. Thank you for coming on to Tobago Updates and chatting and giving us an update on your situation. And, well, all the best moving forward. Again, thank you.
Thank you so much.
We want to thank
you for the opportunity.
We want to thank you for being here this morning with us. Thank you for sticking with us to the end. We want to thank you for making Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster on the island of Tobago. Again, thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting. I am Chanel Felix, and again, I will see you soon. Thank you, guys.
The energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the